Time for another underrated film, and this time it's John Carpenter's The Fog. Obviously, John Carpenter is a very famous director. He's most famous for Halloween and The Thing, and I like both of those films, but The Fog's one of my favourite by his, and it's quite odd because it's one of the films I think he said he didn't really like when he made it, because I think they had lots of problems or they had to go back and reshoot a lot of stuff, and they didn't get everything quite how he wanted it, but The Fog's great. Basically, what The Fog's about, it's like a classic sort of ghost story film. It's about, there's a ship called the Elizabeth Dane that was sunk over 100 years ago, and on the anniversary of the sinking, because it was done on purpose by the townspeople, the vengeful ghosts from the ship are going to come back, to get revenge. So it's sort of a, it's not really a zombie film, although they move a bit like zombies. It's, a classic ghost story. There's very little gore in the film. It's all about, suspense and atmosphere. The soundtrack's really good to The Fog. Rather than there's some simp stuff in it that Carpenter's famous for, but a lot of it is just very sort of moody, bleak piano music. The ghost story bit of piano music is the one that always sticks in my head from the film, although the theme's quite famous. So, yeah, I think it was made in 1980, although I'll put the actual date up in the video title. Now, it's an hour and a half long, so very watchable, it doesn't drag on at all, the pacing's very good, even for sort of an atmospheric horror film. But yeah, it's got Jamie Lee Curtis in it, Tom Atkins, a few other famous people. I think Janet Leigh's in it, isn't she? Yeah, she is, but yeah, it's a very good film. It's got all, like, the normal sort of John Carpenter tropes to it, and I really like it. Now, there was an awful remake made of this that was also called The Fog, where it was turned much more into a, teenage sort of drama movie, and they had to, show the ghosts in all CGI, and it was crap, because, what's great about The Fog is you barely see the ghosts on it. That's about as good a look as you get in the entire film, and that's why it works. It's all about suspense and atmosphere. It's got some really amazing sets, like the lighthouse in the middle of nowhere. It's, just meant to be a really creepy atmospheric film. And the remake, of course, because it's made for modern audiences, they can't do that. They have to have all CGI ghosts and all this really complicated love sort of plot. It's bullshit, isn't it? You don't watch a film like this for that. So, yeah, that's John Carpenter's The Fog. This Blu-ray release is okay, but it's not the best quality. If you're lucky enough to be in America, there's the sort of Scream Factory, Shout Factory release, where you get this, hand-drawn cover art. I think you might even get a poster inside. And because it's region 1 locked, although you can play it over here, but I never bothered to import it, to mess about with software to do it. But yeah, if you're able to get the Shout Factory release, get the Scream Factory, Shout Factory release. I think it's a better remaster from what I've heard, and you get like the special edition, all the extras on it. Because, funnily enough, Shout Factory have done quite a few of the films I've been doing the underrated sort of reviews of. I know they've done a Red Dragon release as well that's meant to be very good, although my Red Dragon Blu-ray is absolutely fine. It might even be the same transfer, I don't know. But, yeah, I'd highly recommend The Fog. It's a very creepy, atmospheric sort of horror film, and it's one that they don't really make anymore. Everything now has to be too many jump scares, too many, like showing the monster too much, where The Fog's the complete opposite of that. It's one of those films where for a long time nothing happens, but the atmosphere is so good that, I've rewatched it lots of times and I don't get bored of it, even if I know, when all the scares are and everything. But highly recommend The Fog.